Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the football world just hours after Manchester United's last Premier League game before the World Cup break. He also wasn't part of the team squad when United beat Fulham in their last game in November, and now it looks like he may have played his last game for the club. So today, we're gonna discuss Cristiano's shocking interview, where he could go next, and the player who could replace him at Manchester United. First off, the impact of Cristiano's interview. Ronaldo's interview mainly revolved around him not getting enough game time at the club and him realizing his full potential. He told Piers Morgan that he felt betrayed by his club and that he didn't respect manager Erik ten Hag. The Portuguese captain also said that ten Hag tried to get him to leave the club when he arrived at the start of the season. But even though the legendary striker's signing in September 2021 was called a homecoming, it's hard to see how he can come back after going public with his complaints. The initial comments were just a small part of the full interview, and they caused a storm among United fans and the rest of the footballing world. This raises a lot of questions about Manchester United, Cristiano, and his future. Ronaldo will be 38 in February, and after everything that's happened and been said, it would be a huge surprise if he played for Man United again, especially since there are no club games until late December because of the World Cup, and the transfer window opens on January 1st. And clearly, United is furious about the interview. In a statement after the interview, the club said, "Manchester United is aware that the media has been talking about an interview with Cristiano Ronaldo. The club will decide how to respond once all the facts are known." Sounds like a farewell to us, followed by a brief look at Cristiano's relationship with ten Hag. It's clear that Ronaldo had already shown his displeasure with the club and its coaches in other ways before he made these latest comments. He wasn't on the plane for the club's preseason tour of Australia and Asia, and he left the final preseason match before it was over. But the final blow was when he refused to play as a substitute in United's 2-0 win over Tottenham and stormed down the tunnel before the final whistle blew. And even though he was named captain in the 1-0 Europa League win at Real Sociedad, he hasn't been a regular starter for ten Hag, even when he was available. Ronaldo is 37 years old, so it looks like ten Hag doesn't need him anymore. Instead, he'd rather play Anthony Martial or Marcus Rashford as his main central striker, mostly because they fit his game plan. But in public press conferences, ten Hag insisted that Ronaldo was still a part of his plans, even after the things that happened. If we talk about this season, he has given him 10 starts and 16 total appearances in 21 games. And the Europa League is where most of those starts have come from. As of the current season, Ronaldo has only 3 so far, after scoring 24 goals in the 2021-22 season. Now let's look at when Ronaldo's contract with Man United is running out. Lucky for Ronaldo, and probably for United too, the transfer window is coming up soon, and the club doesn't have any games until December 21st because of the World Cup in Qatar. And soon after the World Cup, on January 1st, the winter transfer window opens, and Ronaldo could leave if another club wants to sign him. His contract at Old Trafford ends at the end of June 2023, so it's very unlikely that anyone will pay a transfer fee to Manchester United. But if Ronaldo doesn't move in January, which is very unlikely, he can still negotiate a pre-contract agreement with another club. This is when a player can agree to sign with a club in a different league, up to 6 months before the end of his current contract. That would mean that he would have to stay with United through the first half of 2023 until June 30th. 2023. But we think Man United and ten Hag might want to break up with him before then. Moving on to Cristiano's future and where he could end up next. It's clear that United will look into the situation during the World Cup break, as Ronaldo has already joined Fernando Santos' team for the trip to Qatar, so the matter will be looked into then. And after an awkward and cold exchange with United teammate Bruno Fernandes in Lisbon, Ronaldo's situation in Manchester seems to be getting worse. So it goes without saying, United will try to get rid of him in the middle of the season, if a deal can be made. First up, can Ronaldo end up where it all started, Sporting Lisbon? Ronaldo made his name at his boyhood club before he joined United for the first time in 2003. So going back to Lisbon is a bit of a throwback. And after his open interview, Sporting's head coach, Ruben Amorim, was asked right away about a move, to which he quickly replied that Ronaldo was still under contract with United until June 2023. Dodgy. Yes, we agree a return would make sense if he wanted to keep his status as a football icon in Portugal, since he is still loved in Lisbon, but he would still be unable to reach his overall goal of playing in the Champions League since his team dropped out in the group stages. Ronaldo would also have the least to worry about if he went back to Lisbon, but it would go against his main criticism of United, which is that they don't play in the Champions League and aren't really a big name in Europe currently. We apologize to Man United. The banter era can be hard on clubs. Now, what about Todd Boehly's 2023 power play in Chelsea? After Ronaldo's fight with United over the summer, Chelsea was rumored to be planning a big move to get him for the 2022-23 season. The Blues hoped that the fact that they would be playing in the Champions League would be their ace in the hole, but sadly, no firm talks happened. Todd Boehly, the owner of Chelsea, spent $321 million to bring in Raheem Sterling, Wesley Fofana, and Marc Cucurella. And this was the most money ever spent in a Premier League transfer window. Seems like nothing's changed at Stamford Bridge. But even though Boehly was interested in a big move for Ronaldo, it was said that former manager Thomas Tuchel was against it. Next, Ronaldo to the MLS? Well, 3 MLS teams have shown interest in signing Ronaldo in January, according to the Manchester Evening News. David Beckham's Inter Miami, LA Galaxy, and Los Angeles FC are all thinking about the big move because the designated player (DP) rules allow them to do so. But the problem remains, as Ronaldo's desire to stay in Europe is a major problem since he wants to play at the highest level until he turns 40. An MLS contract would be the closest thing to his current United salary in terms of money, but Ronaldo's desire to protect his status suggests that he might not move to the United States until later. Not to mention, could we finally see Messi and Ronaldo play together? As Kylian Mbappe already signed a new deal to stay in Paris until the end of the 2021-22 season, we see no signs that Paris Saint-Germain will stop adding expensive weapons to its attack arsenal. The two GOATs have been rivals for the last 15 years, and the idea of them playing together in Paris seems like something out of a football fever dream. And yes, Paris could afford to add Ronaldo to their star attack, and they would also get a spot in the last 16 of the Champions League in 2023. But if given a choice, Christophe Galtier would rather keep Messi than bring in Ronaldo. Maybe he needs some team players? Coming up next, Man United is eyeing Mbappe to replace Cristiano at Old Trafford. Well, the big leagues in Europe can't make trades currently, but with January coming up, there's a lot of talk about who's moving where. According to the Mirror and ESPN, Manchester United wants Kylian Mbappe, Paris Saint-Germain's World Cup winning forward, to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's clear that Ten Hag won't play Ronaldo for United anymore. So it looks like the Red Devils are now interested in Mbappe of PSG. United was rumored to be looking to sign a new forward in the summer when Ronaldo's contract was set to end. But the process could now be rushed because of the explosive interview. The club might have the money to pay £150 million or more to get Mbappe from PSG and pay him £500,000 per week, plus big bonuses based on how well he does on the field. Mbappe's name also kept coming up with Real Madrid, but he ended up signing a hefty new new contract with PSG, which also gave him authority over some of the managerial decisions. Would he get this type of contract at United? We don't really think so, but we know that Mbappe could be an explosive addition to the dull United squad and hopefully bring back their glory days. That's all for this video. Where do you think Cristiano is gonna end up next year? And do you think Mbappe could become a Red Devil to replace Cristiano? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.